Almost there.
Someone just got shit on. It was one of my enemies. Who could have possibly done this? Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi, Blue.
It's me.
Today...
I've been,
Sorry, you were going to say something?
I've been pulled in here to be your financial advisor.
Blue is my financial advisor. I will be taking no other financial advice today. We're finally playing Blueprints. I mean, people have been talking about this game, and like, I feel like a lot of people who like know me are like, bro, you gotta play this game. This is totally up your alley.
I have to assume 20 people at least have told you that you should play this game.
It's been a lot, but it hasn't just been like, you should play this game because it's good. It's like, you should play this game because you would probably really enjoy this game.
I mean, it is also good, which does help.
Right. Is there a girlies cam? The camera exists. I still don't really have it in a spot where I like it. Because I also... Like, my office was set up really kind of strangely at the last place, where it was pretty easy to, like, point it at a corner that I would never walk to. But here, that's less easy. And I prefer wearing more or less clothes than TOS would prefer me to.
Hell yeah.
So, I guess that's kind of still a work in progress, in a sense. But hi, Mish. Okay, let's just fucking jump into it. I am also in my undies. Hell yeah. Let's go. That's the kind of energy this stream needs.
That's the vibe, you know?
On that note, I should take my socks off.
That's incredibly crass, and
does
how
that
dare even suggest such a thing?
Does that make it more or less gay? I can never remember. Is it gayer to do it with socks on or without socks on?
I think it's more gay with the socks on, actually.
Why? Made in collaboration with Raw Furry. Depends on the socks. Without is more gay. Is it more gay because you're more naked?
I think the real like signifier is if you're a foot person, right? If you're a foot person, then
I, Herbert S.
Of course, that's what you would think of.
Mount Holly Estate at Reddington.
But wait, but I feel like every time I see like a trans person uploading a cute photo on like Twitter or something like that, it's always big sock energy. Yeah, Ultimate Yeet's got it. The bigger the sock, the more gay. I think is how it works.
Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate.
Huh?
The location
How does
of
that
the
work, do you
room
think?
has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse.
It sounds like you better get to work.
Whereof I have
This will be
hereunto set
my
hand
only chance to
18th
invest in
of
real
March,
estate.
1993.
True. After this, it's all over.
Herbert
Right.
S. Sinclair.
If I don't get this mansion now, then I'm right in the line of sights of the 2008 recession.
We gotta find Herbie's room.
1993, this really is your last chance. That's what I'm saying. Is that me?
That's you.
Oh, see you later, dude.
Now, I'm not a blueprints expert by any means.
I think that's perfect.
So within a couple streams, we will rapidly be approaching like the point where my expertise will just completely fucking run out.
I mean, I'm gonna assume that there's gonna be very little that I'm going to ask questions about, really.
I have a few, literally only like 3, and we'll get there when we get there. Like very specific pieces of advice of just like pitfalls that a lot of players fall into just because like a particular mechanic isn't described very well. But that's really all I've got, I think.
Sure. Well, I am using steps.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted
now
to
that you
explore.
passed, I think this step procs right at that gate. So if you want to walk around out here a little bit, then it's based on like thresholds.
Right. I mean, like a step per room or whatever, or some amount of steps per room. So now that I've gone into the room, I may as well not stop. Okay, so there's probably some stuff to see out here, but probably a bit of this is kind of like meta progression stuff. If I had to guess. Yo, pot. Is this pot legal here?
Pot.
The campsite. Due to the rules set forth by your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the blueprint menu. This can be accessed after picking up the blueprint in the entrance hall. I'm allowed to sleep. A code.
All right, tell us what's the code.
Oh, wait, I got this.
You don't even want to take one shot at it.
That's a good point. 8 4 2
The longest 2 in the world.
4. Damn it.
My guess was 0451, but it was also incorrect.
Alright, well, I mean, while I'm here, I may as well try this too, right?
$69.69.
Why isn't this the code? God damn it.
Kind of fucked up.
Where did the 0451 thing originate from again?
I think it was originally a like Fahrenheit 451 reference that just kind of got shoehorned in as like a classic first code in immersive sim games. It's like the first code in Deus Ex and Prey and a couple other games.
Try 8008 555. All right. Well, by popular demand, we will be brute forcing this code.
So get ready to lock the fuck in for a 6-hour live stream.
Boobies.
really hope my very alive puzzle-solving grandson did not put boob on the padlock. That would make me roll around in my grave.
Another door.
This one looks a little more fucked up, though.
It's more sinister. Okay, well, let's go play the game, shall we? I mean, we're playing the game, but like,
Yeah, you are playing.
like the game.
If you want to look around more outside, there is a little more outside just past that gate and then to your left.
Right. I'll do another pass at some point. I'll not look right now.
Blueprints.
I do remember. I remember watching like a Northern Lion video of him playing the demo, and so
Yeah.
like he didn't get very far in the demo, but yeah. You need
Yeah,
blueprints to
some
draft.
knowledge.
Mods, time that guy out for 20 seconds. Can't believe backseating in my stream. Was this supposed to be press left arrow to next page?
It's I think you can click on like the left half of the screen or the right half of the screen, or just click.
I'm confused. Anyways, Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I do not suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last century or half century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck. Herbert.
That's just good advice about this video game in general.
Do you think you can get to room 46 on day one? Yes.
I believe.
Easily, in fact. You found the Mount Holly blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing tab. There it is.
That's from 45.
I'm calling it a day.
Gotta go home. Oof, I'm beat.
Alright, well, dead ahead. Let's open up a closet here. Or not a closet, the hallway. That's not what I said.
Classic foyer and the closet combo.
What's this? Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. That's a solid piece of advice.
Yeah.
Then I should go east.
It's true.
Because I don't have any locks. Oh hey, a room that gives me a key.
Nook gaming. I like the Nook. It's pretty comfy.
A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. I've got that. I was given that piece of advice ahead of time, and I've got a
Nice.
computer tablet with a notes
I
app
was
pulled up.
Just by doing a bunch of screenshots, I was able to get pretty far, but there are a few puzzles that's like, yeah, I need some notes. You could immediately
The
use that key
trunk
if you
is
want.
locked. I will wait. I can always come back and unlock it. I guess step
True.
count. Step count allowing.
Permitting.
Yeah. That word. What he said. How far has Blue gotten in the game? Blue! Explain yourself.
I'm trying to say this in a way that a knower would understand and a not knower would not understand. I guess what I'll say is I've been playing a lot of chess and it's very annoying.
I like chess. Damn, there ain't shit in this bathroom. Okay.
Game developers, doors clipping.
Wow, what lazy devs.
Hey, plus 10 steps.
Yeah, this would go to the left, which...
Yes. You can press
I
tab
don't-
from here if you want to check your map.
Oh, okay. That's cool. And none of these are particularly convenient.
Yeah, I don't love any of these myself.
So is this whenever you enter this room? Like if I leave and enter and leave and enter and whatever?
So one way to think about it is because you lose a step per threshold, it
Right.
basically means that moving through the bedroom is free,
Okay, that makes sense.
whereas steps are concerned.
I draft guest bedroom here. Okay, like actually no backseating though, please.
It is a comfy room.
I was going to do that though, because I wouldn't really have a reason to come back through here.
Oh,
A key card.
damn!
An electronic key card opens electronically powered security doors. So I need to find a door.
Some kind of electrical door.
Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though. I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles, and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. So there's a puzzle in the billiards room. Noted. Sheep. Where's that dog? Dog, sheep.
Could go either way. Welcome back to the entrance hall.
Let's go west. Corridor.
Classic pick. One of my favorite details of blueprints that you will also learn and come to appreciate is the rooms change a little bit depending on where they're placed inside the manor. Like these windows aren't always here. It's
Right.
nice.
Right, I was just thinking about the windows, given that we're like on the edge of the house. But that makes sense. +1 that for each time you've drafted observatory. Oh, and this has a gem requirement. Well, I guess I'll take the
Unfortunately, you do need
pantry though.
currency for that.
I'd prefer to not get dead-ended yet. Money. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. 5 of each, you say.
I hope they didn't need that change.
It's my change. They left it for me.
If you hear any strange noises in the background, that's my cat playing with a paper bag.
Hell yeah, cats.
Looks a little more fucked up.
Staff notice, June 15th, 1983, about 10 years ago. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, any staff
Redacted.
may draft soup.
Soup.
May draft soup.
That. I love that even the in-universe notes use the word drafting pool and stuff like that. It's
Right.
really funny to me.
It's like this is just how it works. Probably not a chapel. I would probably rather take the room that doesn't make me lose 1 money whenever I go into it. But there's probably other reasons why I would want to get the chapel at some point. If I had to imagine.
Almost every room's got something going on with it.
Block. I think I'm still not prepared to open a trunk yet. Opening trunks is for when you have 2 keys. Spare room. I could be happy with a bedroom here, maybe.
If I may, the den gives you +1 of something.
It did give me a gem. I remember reading that. For some reason in my head, I just assumed I would just get that. Yeah, I see. I gotta go pick it up now. Greetings from Reddington.
Postcard, I think.
I suppose, given that this is a bedroom, this is the perfect opportunity. Just backtrack and grab it.
Right.
Grandfather clock.
Open up. A lot of clocks in this house.
Okay, I have a question that you may answer.
Okay.
This is a non-rhetorical question.
Okay.
Is everything that you can interact with, does it indicate that you can interact with it?
Most of the time, yes. There are a few times where the game kind of hopes that you find a note or solve a puzzle, and it will hide those interactions. So if you want to run around obsessively clicking over everything, you might just find a thing.
Okay. I'll probably not do that too much. But that would change how I want to play the game.
Right.
So I am happy to know. Because this looks like it could be a thing. This room. Right. I'm back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. I like the den. It's a cozy room.
Everyone needs a good den in their life at some point. Picture. Moon necklace.
I do like that the moon necklace is very. I don't know. It's very distinct.
I think it's the detail you're supposed to notice, maybe. Bunk room. This room counts as 2 bedrooms. Gee, Bill. But why do you need 2 bedrooms?
Yeah. Who needs 2 bedrooms?
Money.
Get a little bit of everything. Damn, this game has given you all the chests in the world.
I think maybe it's time to open one. Open up!
It could be anything. It could even be money.
More money. Now I could take a chapel without worrying too much. Holy shit, chat! Holy fuck! What does this mean?
This could mean anything.
I bet I'm gonna have to, like, remember. Like, oh yeah, the bird is blue, and it's dark blue with white stripes. And, like, maybe this picture is different, like, different times you come in here. Like, maybe sometimes, like, it's like, the beak is upside down or some shit.
Could be.
Who knows? Alright, thank you for the alert, Mish. Eep well.
Have an eep.
Well, hey. There's a chapel. I will
There's
take
a
it
chapel.
so that I may advance.
You do lose $1 though.
Correct.
The chapel is a little annoying. Makes me upsetty. I want to lose money, but I like this track that starts playing whenever you get inside the chapel. It's a good music track.
I mean, the dollars are meant to be spent, right?
True.
No funny notes for me to read? Just taking my money? Do I need to look up? Do gamers look up?
Do gamers look up? It's a good room.
These murals are really
statues.
interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, there's even fucking numbers on them, bitches.
He's taking notes. He's taking notes.
So this is like
Damn, they got their
farmer,
hogs out and everything.
chef, pitchfork. Okay, you know what?
A slightly different farmer.
Yeah.
Maybe like gardener farmer.
This one's got a hoe.
Damn.
So this is hoe?
It's like a pizza.
Yeah. Hoe, paddle, pitchfork. I bet I bet these are called like pizza paddles or something. Pallets, maybe? Pizza pallet?
Maybe. I know it has a name. What the fuck is it?
A P name with plosives. I got another gem. Oh, that was from the storeroom. Okay. Let me see here.
It's apparently called a pizza peel.
Appeal.
Spoilers for blueprints, I guess.
Murals. Hoe. Pizza peel. Pitchfork. Chimney. Cleaner. Broom. And fucking thing that they use to slap the horse's ass.
This is maybe a little hornier than intended. I think it's called like a riding crop.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not that I would know anything about this.
Listen, you can know whatever you want on this stream. Okay. I'm satisfied with my knowledge. Breaker box. That sounds important. But also, if I take it, I will have created a dead end. And so perhaps I should instead... Well, I still have the east entrance from the entrance hall, but that'll be a lot of steps lost. And so I think I will take the security for now. Because, I mean, just as coins are meant to be spent, so are gems. I know not the ramifications of my actions. Oh.
I forgot about this.
Security!
A guy immediately tackles you. The music in this game is fucking insane.
Good ambiance. Damn, we're a twink. Yeah, that's you.
It's like a caveman discovering fire. One little detail is the monitor does change a little bit based on where you are in the room. It's just like a series of JPEGs, so it's a little awkward.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a fine sort of like optimization approach.
Yeah, it's fun.
Blue memos are true. Red memos, lies. What does this say? There's another line right there. Something written by something.
I think it says unless.
Unless written by... Hand!
Yeah. But how do you know that memo is true?
Well, this one's in black.
I mean, true.
Which, I mean, they haven't told me
Or
if
is it?
black memos are true or false, so I have no idea. View inventory of all items currently in the house. Where can I do that?
Hi, Colin.
It doesn't tell me what's in the trunks, though. Okay. Security doors within the estate can only be unlocked with an electric keycard. The keycard system is currently operational. I thought it said optional. Security level medium? Can I lower it? Security level determines the amount of keycard security doors that will be deployed in your estate. You should expect to see 1 or 2 security doors with a low setting and 5 or 6 with a high setting. Why would you possibly want a high setting?
This is rhetorical, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I do expect that there's probably a reason that you would want a high setting.
Sure.
But to me at the moment, security doors needing keycards just sounds like a drawback.
Right.
This mode determines the default setting the security doors will be set to if power is lost, during a blackout, for example. As a general rule of safety, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working in the estate. Okay, so now this is like, if I got the breaker box and the security room, then presumably I could change these settings so that I could turn off the power and then get through security doors. So, I mean, that sounds good.
That'd be a very powerful breaker box.
Log in to network. Terminal password.
How many characters are good?
A lot.
That's a lot.
12? Do I know any 12-letter words? Damn it.
Refrigerator. Not right. God damn it. Fuck.
Well, I was close. Refrigerator is 13 letters, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
The drawing room.
You may draw new floor plans while drafting this room. But that costs a gem. Oh, is this like a... When this says draw new floor plans, is it like add them? Like, is this like the meta progression thing, kind of?
It's just a reroll. So you get 3 new rooms to choose from.
Oh, while drafting
choose.
in this room. I see.
Yeah. For your information, if you find a piece of meta progression, it will probably refer to drafting pool.
Okay. Good to know. I made a couple friends mad playing this game because I brute forced too many puzzles instead of solving them. That would probably make me mad too. There is, I'm a big fan of like variant rule Sudokus. And one of my favorite ones is like Fog of War Sudoku, where like whenever you place a correct digit in a spot in the grid, then it will like reveal other things about the puzzle that you couldn't see previously. And it's like they're always designed with like no guessing required in mind.
Right.
But of course, the fact that like there's a built-in way to know whether or not you put the correct digit there would make it really easy to like, you know, solve by bifurcation or to solve by brute force.
Right. I did hit a point in like Return of the Obra Dinn where there were like a couple people I weren't sure on, and so I would like solve for 2 people I knew for sure, and then just kind of brute force a third guy and, get a third guy for free.
After rank 8 has been reached, and now we're rank 4. I still got 39 steps.
Yep.
I'm not too hungry yet, I suppose. Key.
Secret key.
They didn't tell me that there was a
in-
key.
Yeah, every once in a while there'll be like a bonus item, so having the gander around is not a bad idea.
I'm here to gander, all right. Respectfully. Courtyard. Why does the courtyard cost a gem?
Unfortunately, all of your like branching path tiles are gem required.
Yep. I've got a gem though. So, yes, we're going.
Ooh, this is funny.
The hammer. A heavy sledgehammer can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. Oh. So if I ever have to backtrack, then there's a lot of trunks I can open.
There's a lot of free goodies. Oh, one more
Suspicious
thing that
pile of dirt.
that I didn't know for a long time. If you pause, you can check your room directory, and sometimes you will learn more things about the rooms that you have visited.
Interesting. I'm not going to look at that right now, but I will keep that in mind.
Hammer wouldn't be required if someone just hit the gym, or if he just found like a nice big rock. Hey, look, there's like 12 of them.
Or you just do like the McNally karate chop.
Right. Just lock the fuck in. Well, that's the problem.
The door is locked.
It is locked.
I've got a
We
key.
need to like lock the fuck out or something. I don't know.
Lock on. This parlor's got a puzzle piece on it. A puzzle, you say? I kind of want to go
Finally, a game.
deeper
A game that
in
tells you where the
though,
puzzles are.
because if I just go deeper in, then any like 3 branch or 4 branches will be a bit more useful than they were here.
It would be Pog.
I could
That's for
use like a big branching path about now. The spare room is expectantly has very little to it.
It could be anything. But
A
right now
gymnasium.
it's the it's the opposite of the fucking of the bedroom.
Damn. Okay. Do I dare?
To you.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, it
So what
has
I will
2
say-
extra steps. Damn. Hoople
Hoople.
Sports. There's a wait. Oh, I for some reason I
It
thought
looks like a key card.
it was like what? There's a key card on the floor. What? There's 2 key cards. What? Oh, there's no key cards. This little squeak sound in the ambience.
It's so good.
Is that just part of the track, or? I didn't.
No,
do,
that's
I didn't do
definitely
it.
like a feature.
This door is locked. This door is not locked.
Hmm.
You must select one to draft.
True.
Breaker box. Now, if I step in there,
It's right there.
if I step in there and then come back into here,
Yes.
then I will be on 30 steps. And so
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what I could use this for. It could be like I talked earlier, where it's like we can turn the power off, and since we set the offline mode in the security room, then we would be able to get through any
I mean-
security doors. But we already do have a key card.
Right.
And so is the key card consumable? I feel like probably no.
I mean, maybe... I mean, it could turn off anything.
That's
You
true.
won't know until you go in there.
But I also don't know what I would want to turn off.
That's true.
Is the risk assessment of potentially spending 4 steps a steep enough cost for my first run of the game, which seems to be going really well?
I mean, how many steps would it take you to get to, like, anything that you left behind? Or
I don't
another way to
remember
think about
exactly
it
where
is-
the trunks are.
I mean, another way to think about it is how many steps are you going to be able to use going forward if you're going to keep hitting, like, locked doors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You do have a bit of a conundrum on your hands.
Let's investigate.
Alright, hell yeah.
Vac indicators. Danger. Toggling of broken switch or breaker switches may result in unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Please call DC power if you require assistance. So I can turn the keycard entry system off,
Right.
and if I turn it off, then they default to unlocked.
Yes.
So I'll do that. I can turn off the gymnasium lights.
Right, yes. That's, I was going to say, you have a very specific setup here that's making everyone who's played Blueprints before laugh.
Interesting. VAC indicators. VAC. Is VAC something I should know? Green.
Instead of going to blue, it turned to red, and now that one's purple. Valve anti-cheat, duh. Hell yeah.
Oh, that is what I was thinking of, probably, actually.
He's creating a purple world.
Oh, this one can't be blue now.
It just skips over it.
You bitch.
You're ruining it. Nah.
I wanted purple. Oh my goodness.
This is a load of barnacles.
Well, anyways. I feel like there's not anything there right now that I'm supposed to know.
What else could you turn off and on?
The dark room, the garage, and not the cabinet.
And not the cabinet. The garage. What the hell?
I don't know. When I press D, this pops up.
Can you? What if we press A? What the fuck? I've
Same
never seen
thing.
that before.
Oh,
It's like it's for controllers, I guess.
that makes sense.
Interesting.
Well, the garage was off before, so let's turn that on. I'm gonna keep the dark room on.
I feel like a dark room would want to be dark though. Maybe I'm crazy.
But black lights or whatever.
True.
If I walk over there and immediately draft the dark room, I'll change my mind. So,
did you see it?
did I see it? Oh, I see it. Yeah. It's
So for some reason, turning off the lights in here makes it so that walking is less cumbersome.
well, I'm not. The gym is closed. I don't have to run around anymore. Leads to a room
passage.
of a color of your choice. And so by color, it's like blue, red, green, orange. Is that those the colors?
Yeah. So I mean, I think you might be able to like suss out what some of the colors mean, but I think also if you just like pause and look at your room directory, it'll tell you.
Sure. The boudoir.
The boudoir.
A free key.
That's freaky.
Yeah, I am. Someone wrapped that safe up.
For Crimbus.
Zoom, enhance. What's the code?
Yeah. There's just like a tiny sticker on the side that's like default code is 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, is that a hinge right there, or is that like a tiny plaque? I don't know. I feel like I'm probably not supposed to be able to read anything right here. What do you do here?
What secrets hide in the boudoir?
Shoes.
Feet.
Someone's running around with their grippers out. Oh.
Oh, we found the suspicious
It's
safe.
the safe.
And it is a hinge.
Oh yeah, it would be a hinge.
Happy holidays, everybody.
That's
all right,
hinge.
Talos.
Well,
God, that's fucking hinge.
they got the safe on Christmas. But what
I mean, we don't
Christmas?
know how many. Yeah, Christmas of what year?
Whose room is this? Someone who has good taste in fashion.
True.
How many digits do we got? Who fucking knows?
Not really. Who's to say? Damn.
Oh, wow.
He's got it.
Turns out the answer is Christmas. What's that?
I will say, opening this on day one is a little unusual. That's pretty pug.
I mean...
4. Write that down, write that down.
4. Red is 4. Red 4. Herbert! I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to admit the details of our dear Marion's disappearance from the public record. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible. I am just, But I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory.
The food?
She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. But for the love of God, do not, by that same display of weakness, clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermined the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid, and must be made to see the color of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son, Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies, and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year. Daniel. So what happened here? There's a Marion.
Got fucked.
You have chosen to omit the details of Marion's disappearance from the public record.
Chosen to omit is pretty strong language.
Play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. Disappearance in quotation marks. So it was murder then.
Murder.
Okay. So we've got Daniel.
Fucking killed someone.
We've got Marion. We've got Herbert. We've got Red 4.
And you are Simon.
I'm Simon. Okay. Well, I'm cracked. I'm a gamer.
Last key.
7 locked doors.
7 locked doors.
To where?
With what key are you gonna open that up?
I'm not.
Exactly.
7 locked doors to where, though?
Could be anywhere.
I could draft the observatory and be stuck entirely.
Alright. Unfortunately, it just kind of swings into a wall. I think you're gonna like this.
A wind-up key. Could I also use the wind-up key for that?
That's a good question, actually.
Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past week. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you'll need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements, and only one box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. I see. I tell only lies. And my brother likes big butts and cannot lie.
And he's based.
The black box contains gems. this box and the blue box are empty. All 3 boxes are empty.
Well, that
Well,
can't possibly be true.
this must be false because one box always contains a prize.
As per the rules.
And it doesn't say that all 3 boxes have no gems. It says that they are empty. And so it could be true that they don't have gems, perhaps. So this is the false box. This box and the blue box are empty. The black box contains gems.
Remember, it is at least one true and at least one false.
Right. And so it could be 2 true or 2 false.
Yep. Could be.
So if this box is true and this box is true, then this one is false and would have the gems in it. If this box is false, well, this box we know for sure is false.
Yep.
And so if this box was also false, then this one would have to be true, which is a contradiction. Because then they would all be empty again. Or, unless it's just... This could be... Well... Okay, so the problem here is that if this is false, this has to be true.
Right.
But that could still lead to the black box having gems. If this one is false...
Right.
No, if this
Then
one
the
is
white box
false...
can't be true.
If the black box contains gems. If this one is false, then this box is empty. And then this one would have to be true, indicating that all 3 of them are empty, which is false. So this one cannot be false, which means it must be true. Which means it's the black box.
Lock it in, baby.
Do I keep the wind-up key?
You do not.
I'm
The
going to try
wind-up
this.
key is consumed. I like where your head's at. But I do not think this is the case. World's slowest music. Yeah, at that speed it would have to be like a fucking like siren.
Gems.
I do like where your head's at with the wind-up key.
Yeah. Well, we have become
Oh,
boned.
this is bad. Nope. You have a lot of gems though.
Yeah, but I've hit a dead end.
Yeah, it depends. Well, I mean, yes, you definitely have run into a dead end, but I guess it all depends on what kind of room you want to check out.
So I could buy some food so that I can make the trip back, and then I at least have a little bit more to explore.
Right.
And I mean, I haven't seen the kitchen yet.
There could be anything in here. There could even be a kitchen.
There could be anything in the kitchen. It could even be a boat.
Or like a smaller boat on top of a bigger boat.
Now, I think that's just inconceivable.
It took me a really long time to figure out that you could diddle with that.
I'm an expert diddler.
Yeah.
I was like, isn't there supposed to be food for sale in here?
Welcome to the menu.
What did it say? The main course is served only in the dining room. I see. Glazed salmon. And this is only served once I reach rank 8.
Yeah, rank meaning like distance from the bottom.
Okay. So like, yeah. So this is rank 5 because it's on basically the 5th row.
Yep.
So rank 8 would be all the way up here. Nuts. Charbroiled Cajun spice salmon, lemon butter sauce served on over spinach leaf. Up to plus 30 steps if you have an aquarium. That does sound delicious. Add morning room to today's draft pool. That's an interesting idea. I mean, it would be most efficient. What is this? This is like 1.5 steps per coin. And this is better than that. Like 1 point...
But you get the morning room.
what would this be?
The morning room could have anything.
15 over 8 is 1 and 7/8, which is 1.875?
Something like that.
1.875 steps per coin. Let's get the bacon eggs.
Hell yeah.
And then I'll be satisfied with that. Should still keep a few coins.
I do kind of wish you could like turn on all the like, you could like turn on the mixer and fuck with the sink and like just like leave this place like way messier than you left when you got here.
Let's turn on, like, start the gas on the gas ranges.
I wish Simon would stop being such a good boy and just start fucking shit up. Like, hell yeah, this is my mansion now. I get to break anything I want.
Hell yeah, time to burn this house down. Just turn on the oven and leave. Make some coffee.
Turn on the oven, turn on the gas, just walk away.
That's what I'm saying. Then you turn the water back on.
We gotta find that water room.
The moves.
Moving.
Let's go open some trunks.
Oh yeah, fun fact about your sprint, it is either toggle or hold, depending on if you tap it or hold it.
That's fun.
Minus $1.
My dollar. I missed one. Luckily, it was the last one.
Write that down, chat.
It's like scepter and shield, or hammer and shield. I'll say mace.
Maybe like a mace. Yeah.
And shield. And then whatever that is. Mount Holly?
You can click
It's like
on
a
that
holly
to launch
leaf?
the game.
That makes sense to me. Smash. Holy fuck! Keys!
The sledgehammer is so sick that you just get to open all that shit for free. It rules.
Yeah. Dude, imagine spending 1 key and getting 3 keys. And then on top of that,
Pretty
imagine
good.
spending 0 keys and getting
0
3
keys
keys.
and getting 3 keys.
June 15th, 1983. Smash the window. Smash the vase. Smash everything. Smash.
I mean, you gotta try smashing everything at least once. Like, who knows what you could find?
Right. Like smash physically with a hammer.
I mean, there is that dating sim about dating household objects.
It's true. That does look fun.
I've been told I need to play it.
5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. I ate 2 apples today.
Mm-hmm.
How many apples have you eaten? Are you keeping the doctors
Today?
away?
I'm. The doctors are not at bay, and it is causing me great distress.
There's a letter here now. Presumably,
You
because I
opened
opened
the
that
red
letter.
letter in the safe, remember?
I do. And it had a 4 on it.
True.
There was another trunk in here.
Run.
Yeah.
Hooray. Hey, a little bit of everything. Smash the jukebox. Hiya!
Yeah!
You'd think the sledgehammer would give you more power, right? Over
That's
here,
right.
just like your current situation.
I mean, I certainly feel more powerful. For now.
That's good. Just chip off his nose. Stupid mustache. Tell him.
Okay, well,
I think it would have to be drawing room, right?
yeah. And so, you don't keep, like, any keys, gems, or money.
That's right.
Alright. And this will give me a pretty good chance of at least not hitting another dead end right away.
Call for help. 911.
This rotary phone's fucked up.
It is.
Shouldn't, like, the blank part be over here?
Right, because you need to be able to, like, actually
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
grab onto it with your fingies.
This one's, like, underneath. Drawing floor plans! Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans, from which you must select one room to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options.
Like this one. That's a good picture of Herbie. It is the drawing room.
I'm gonna hit it with the sledgehammer.
Kill.
Kill! This is a way forward, and it's a room I haven't been in yet. But...
True.
Oh! But... I do like finding items laying around the house. But... I only have, like, at most 4 more rooms to see, probably.
Right.
As far as I know.
Right. The maid's chamber, in most circumstances, will not be a good thing. Hey, it's
Mila.
it's Mila, apparently.
Mila?
Write that down.
I took a screenshot. I've taken many screenshots. Like this one. The day we all dreaded has finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness. Oh, no, no more shapes. No. Stop. That we inform you of the death of our benefactor.
That's how he died.
Of our benefactor, employer, and master, the Baron of Mount Holly, H.S. Sinclair. Any staff who have an interest in attending services may contact Mrs. Babbage for details. The gnomes. Alright. You guys have your fun. I'll just wait since no one will be able to get to see the screen. They're coming! Oh! Ooh! I'm hydrating. I've got Gatorade. I got the yellow Gatorade.
That's the classic flavor of Gatorade.
The what?
That's the classic flavor of Gatorade. That was the first one.
Is that true?
I think it is.
I would have thought, like... I mean, it's definitely one of the first, I feel like. Maybe, like, Fruit Punch would have been one of the
It's
first,
gotta be
too.
right.
The blue flavor?
Blueprints, 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 blueprints.
Blueprints. Do you like the name of the stream today?
Space Jam DVD,
Melancholic
Space Jam
patriarchal
DVD,
progeny.
Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD,
Get it?
Space Jam
'Cause
DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space
blue?
Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD.
Space Jam! Come
I
on,
also
now.
got it.
I'm going now.
I went into a record store recently and I saw a record for the Quad City DJs and I was like, yeah,
Admish
Space
Misha,
Jam.
Admish Misha, Admish Misha, Admish Misha, Admish Misha, Admish Misha, Admish Misha, Admish Misha. Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Whose voice was that?
Random
Go.
voice.
Go to bed.
There's a lot of gnomes.
Too many gnomes. Alright, that's it. You have to pay full price now for your gnomes.
I am reading Reddit with pop-up stream on my bed.
I am sleep content. Except when I scream occasionally. Any staff who have interest in attending services may contact Mrs. Babbage for details. In following the instructions left by the Baron himself, effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All live-in staff will have 1 month paid leave and must vacate the premises by Friday, November 6th. Ms. Babbage. This fucking goose.
I like that goose.
The broom angel is Mila.
Jump out the window. I have become the annoying chat member, says Toxie. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, there's that morning room that you got from eating eggs.
It's the morning room. And tomorrow you'll start with 2 gems?
Look at that.
That's actually kind of
you got
pog.
salt.
Whenever you eat food and gain steps, gain 1 extra step. Wow. Salt.
This is my second time ever seeing morning room.
That's crazy. If this is your second time ever, then that implies statistically I might see it 1 more time.
Right. I think it's just by pure chance of not getting bacon and eggs, and even if I do get bacon and eggs, just not running into the morning room.
Exactly. November 5th. Reddington Herald. The Baron of Mount Holly names nephew provisional heir. In the blue hours of Wednesday morning, the venerable Baron of Mount Holly, Herbert S. Sinclair, passed away at the ripe age of 73 after a prolonged struggle with a heart condition that had been kept from the public eye until his final days. Esteemed as a pillar of society and renowned for his penchant for crafting puzzles, he was a source of endless fascination to our readers over the years, not least through his popular column, Baron Bafflers, which he penned for over a decade. The particulars of the announcement of his successor yesterday has left his devoted followers with one last intrigue to ponder. The reading of his will precipitated a flurry of speculation, for his niece and presumptive heir, the much beloved and lamented Mary Matthew Jones, has been missing, presumed deceased, for the past 6 years. Mrs. Jones, better known to our readers by her pen name Marion Marigold, enchanted the hearts and minds of children across the realm with her literary creations, such as The Red Prince, Swimbird, and A New Clue. Her disappearance remains one of the age's most tragic mysteries.
That should have connected a few dots.
Right. She's the one who Daniel wrote the letter about.
Right.
Going missing. The Red Prince, Swimbird, and A New Clue. Well, the game is the Blue Prince, so I don't know what's up with the Red Prince.
Right.
We did see that picture, that drawing of a bird, in swim gear.
Wearing swim trunks. Yeah.
Coincidence? Probably. Probably.
I will say not related to a puzzle. There is also a stuffed swimbird inside your tent.
And
You're about to get some new information too.
With her whereabouts unknown, it was Marigold's own son, Simon P. Jones, a lad of but 14 summers, who was yesterday named the provisional heir to the sprawling Cinca Empire.
So your mom's missing or dead.
I would like to retract my earlier statement about us being a twink. We're just 14.
Yeah, I think I made a noise when you said that.
However, this vast inheritance is accompanied by an undisclosed contractual condition. Given the Baron's well-known penchant for tests of mettle and wit, it's clear that the young heir from Reddington, distinguished in his own right as last year's County Science Fair runner-up, faces an extraordinary challenge in the coming weeks.
Something I never noticed or never really thought to look for is what was the date that was mentioned in the maid's note?
Yeah, November 6th. And so
right.
It's the day after he died.
Oh. Look at that.
Insert to one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. So I could take that to the security room?
Yes, correct.
Hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just enough.
Yep. So presumably this was the last day that the staff were here, November 5th, and I guess you showed up on the 6th?
I guess so. I guess it's kind of hard to know what day it actually is right now.
Right.
But so, Marion's our mom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, it's not as though, Daniel is actually I know you fucking murdered her or whatever, or that she was murdered. Who knows? Maybe it's she's locked in the 46th room, and instead of murdering her, he actually just kidnapped her. And
or she's just fine.
we're gonna find our mom.
Yeah.
Who knows? Okay, let's make our way back.
Mila.
Can't take it with me. Alright, so I didn't beat the game on my first run.
But you did get an upgrade disc, which is pretty fucking pog.
Right, that's pretty sick. I've been confounded by RNG. And poor choices, probably.
Maybe. I mean, you've never, you know, you gotta
Insert
see every
dick.
room in the estate at least once.
That's true.
Put it in. Oh boy, it could be anything. It could even be the Nook.
The Nook. You will now have the chance to permanently enhance this room. I can get bacon and eggs,
You can get...
which
you can
means I can get
guaranteed
more
bacon.
morning rooms.
Yeah.
Which means more starting with 2 gems.
Mm-hmm.
We'll always draw a library while drafting this room.
You haven't found the library. If you would like me to tell you...
And I can't, like
just
press
what the-
escape to look at
just-
the repository right now.
If you want me to tell you just, like, what the text on the library card says, I'll tell you that.
I think that's fine, yeah.
I believe it says greater chance of drafting rare rooms from the library. It is another corner room, so if you go reading Nook into library, it's like a double turn.
Like a U-turn or like a S-turn?
Not it's not necessarily a U-turn, but it can be, because like the
Right.
way that the rooms turn is a little fucky wucky.
Hmm. Okay. I mean,
And if you want me to weigh in on this, I will, but I'll let you just make the decision.
it does sound like being able to draft rare rooms, getting that chance more earlier on is probably more worth it than bacon and eggs. Because this game does feel like it will sort of end up being the sort of thing where, like, at some point you might feel like you know what you need to do, but
Right.
just like not draw the right rooms.
Yeah, that's something that I personally have like gripes with, but I think part of the fun of this game comes from the fact that like there are a lot of puzzles in this game. So it's possible to have like 4 or 5 solutions queued up and ready to go as soon as you find a room, you know?
Right. But that makes me feel like the library is probably a good choice long term.
Now that you've locked it in, I think basically every person who's ever played Blueprints would agree with you.
Thank goodness. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, time to fuck with the breaker box.
Hell yeah. One more thing before you fucking pass out from exhaustion.
Exactly.
One more ride.
So, if it's dark and you press blue, it turns dark. And like adjacent ones, like blue and black swap each other.
Mhm.
You cannot get blue if it's already surrounded by blue. The only way to get purple is by hitting blue next to red. Or hitting blue next to purple also makes it into blue. What's green do? Green turns to blue.
I could do anything. Intelligent Fool says, "What's fucking good?"
You got
I have a
quesadilla.
Are we puzzling in here?
We're sort of puzzling. I don't actually know what I'm doing. Like I'm identifying elements of what's clearly a puzzle, but I don't know why I'm doing it. I don't know. I don't have an end goal. Like, it could be that I need like a specific string of colors that I would just have no way of knowing. There are 6 colors here though, which there
With
was
purple being the hardest to get to.
I guess so. I mean, would it be possible to get all purples? I don't think so.
I think by the way that the puzzle works, it would not be.
Right. I don't think it's possible to get all purples. Is it possible to get all blues? I feel like that
think so,
is a maybe. Oh, this is tricky. I don't feel like I fully understand this, but I'm gonna think about it later when I actually have an idea of what I'm supposed to be able to, what I'm supposed to be doing with it.
Hell yeah.
Bleh. Oh, you get to be on 0 steps. Oh, never mind. You've used all your steps and now must call it a day. You have pushed yourself to the very edge of exhaustion and now must return to your campsite to get some rest. You can continue your search tomorrow.
You're a tired will
However,
day.
the house might be a little bit different. Bacon and eggs. 4 bedrooms, bacon and eggs. Why do I care about the number of bedrooms?
Oh, so this is mostly just for fun. Depending on how you draft your house, depends on what kind of house you made.
Oh, I see. It's a bed and breakfast.
So, for example, like one of the more sinister looking ones is if you draft a lot of dead ends, you will create like a Mount Holly. Like if you had a lot of dead ends, you could make a Mount Holly bed and breakfast of the dead, and there'd be a lot of graves in front of the house on the illustration.
Huh.
This does not actually change the manner at all.
Right. Save and continue.
Yeah, let's do another one.
Let's go again.
There it is.
Let's
the thing
go
on the
again.
stained glass window. It's loading.
It's a holly leaf. This Mount Holly.
Mount Holly.
Day 2.
According to that clock, you're arriving at a ripe 8 o'clock, probably in the morning if I had to guess.
Good on us.
Also, that mountain looks fucked up in the background. That's crazy.
It kind of also has like the holly leaf thing going on.
You know, that's probably what it's based off of, if I had to guess.
Maybe that's Mount Holly. And
Maybe
then
we
this
have to
is
kill
just
Mount Holly.
And this is just the Mount Holly Manor.
You have to activate the Mount Holly fucking destruction laser.
I'm gonna fucking blow up the mountain. I'm gonna piss on the moon!
Oh, I never noticed. I never noticed those freaky ass columns down there.
This place is kind of fucked up.
It's a big ass house.
So close to the edge of a sheer cliff.
Simon is not afraid of anything.
Hey! Open up! FBI, open up!
Open the fucking door!
Take a picture of this. Write this down, write this down.
Write this down, write this down.
Who joins you on this journey?
Who joins you on this journey? It's me, Blue the Demon. I also live stream.
It's Blue. Blue the Demon. I should... How the fuck do I tab out? Hello?
Hello?
Help! Help! Give me my cursor back, you vixen.
You fiend.
Okay, well, I was gonna update the collab command, but it's probably not that important.
It's fine.
It's Holly.
Holy shit. Or Holly shit, I guess.
That's what the game's named after. Well, that's not what the game is named after. Anyways.
You stay within the game, maybe.
Spooky in here.
Spooky dookie.
Torch. I'm gonna dookie. Well, that was cool.
There's cool goodies back there, but you can't get to it.
Oh,
These boxes seem to be covering up more boxes.
what's in the box?
You can't interact with any of these boxes, but maybe you can interact with those boxes. Who's to say?
What a miserable existence. So many boxes.
What's
Not the
crazy
ones
is that
to
only
interact
counted as
with.
one step. The whole thing.
Yep. I'm taking one big step right now. I don't see no lock.
If Simon wasn't such a bitch, he could just kick it open.
Or just jump the fence. Not even jump,
True.
just like step highly.
Big step up.
Yeah.
It has not changed. I wish.
Imagine.
Open
It's
on
like-
day 2 after my death.
Hello, Simon. I am still dead.
It's the Michael Jackson updates Twitter. Still dead.
Do I want to take a guest bedroom right away or a storeroom right away? I want to take a storeroom, apparently.
You're starting off pretty gem rich this time. Not bad.
Yep. The swim bird!
A swim bird.
Oh yeah, and it's not different.
Doesn't seem to be.
Who would want this in their house?
You haven't made any comments about any other like pieces of artwork in any of the other rooms.
Well, I feel like the thing that stands out here a lot to me for this particular painting is that it's fucking 6 feet by 8 feet long. It's just a fucking pushpin.
You know, it was different last time.
Was it?
You were in the storeroom before, and it was different. And I feel like you would have commented on it last time, right?
I mean, I was looking at it, wondering to myself if it was different, but I couldn't remember. But I maybe I have to have some faith in me that I would have thought the same way before about a 6 foot by 8 foot picture of a safety pin. Hallway pog.
I myself am a big fan of splitting pathways. More doors to open.
We love doors. So that's the same thing that it says before.
You remember the memo you found in the security room?
Oh! Yeah, blue memos tell the truth and red memos tell the lie? Is that what it was?
Something like that.
Or maybe it was the other way around. I don't remember.
Surely you took a screenshot.
It would be great if I could tab out.
You can't Steam tab? Shift tab?
I disabled that.
Ah.
Because it annoyed me. Or did I put it on a different button? I think I just turned it off. Den.
Dead.
Kind of sick.
And you'll be at 4 gems. That'd be crazy.
That's a lot of gems.
Something else you can do. You know, I'm sure you've thought about this, but you are also always free to open up rooms without stepping into anything.
Yeah.
If you just want to see what rooms are around you before you commit to any particular path.
That's true. I'm cool with going forward, though. So how fast is time? It's already 9 o'clock now.
Maybe
Maybe it's like 12 minutes per hour.
something like that. I think it's like 30 seconds per increment of 5 minutes.
I mean, it depends how accurate this is. But it was like
Right.
35 seconds to go from the middle of this one to the middle of these two. My gem. I'll take a bedroom here.
It does curve upwards.
I feel like this looks like a thing that opens. And it probably opens at the right time.
I think
I would assume, given that this is a room full of clocks.
my inclination was that you could diddle the geese or the swans, but you cannot, unfortunately.
No swan diddling here.
It just feels like something like you could tug on its neck and a secret door would open.
Okay.
Those fucked up gears.
They're not very good looking gears. Like they don't
Right.
look like they would do their job very well.
They're not
Like they are good
feel like
looking, but not
right.
functional.
Functional.
Greetings from Reddington. What does this mean? Oh. Who is Reddington?
Fucking bathroom. Let's go.
Time to shit!
Imagine having a shit and just be like, God, I hope there's a bathroom behind these doors.
No, not the breaker box.
I mean, not taking a breaker box here does not remove it from your drafting pool.
Right, right. This is actually the second time they've given me the breaker box on this run already. The breaker box seems kind of important. But I still have no fucking clue what I'm doing with it, so I'm gonna go pantry.
Right.
Still 5 apples, 5 bananas, and 5 oranges. And they only gave me 1.
Notice something. I think I've noticed something that might be important for my playthrough.
Okay. I thought for a second that the picture was like him holding a fork. It's like just like another strange picture. I need to eat. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges, and then come back.
It's a good thought. That's also a lot of eating for a tiny boy. Also, am I crazy or are you like really tall for a 14-year-old?
I mean, some 14-year-olds are like fully grown.
That's true.
14 is like
Our Simon could just be a big boy.
10th grade for some people.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You have to be like 9th grade. Because usually you graduate like
Yeah, wait
17
a second. This
at
kid's
the
still in
youngest.
middle school.
Well, no, he could be 9th grade.
I guess.
I
Yeah,
was
he's very
I was
young,
14
yeah.
in 9th grade.
Yeah, you haven't seen the math puzzle in the fucking billiard room yet.
Yep, have not gotten the billiards room. I feel like
I like the big ampersand picture.
it's also kind of a strange one. Some of these are not very strange, but like some of these are just like, why would you hang this in your room? And
I mean, that old Sinclair,
yep,
he's a weird one now. He does have a lot of pictures.
it does. $1:00. It does feel like that these are probably just pretty random, but some of them are probably significant. Like that might be significant. I don't know.
Something could happen at 1 o'clock in fucking 12 hours.
How long would we have to wait? If it's like 30 seconds, 30 times 12, 360 divided by 60 would be 6. 6 minutes per hour in game. And so we'd have to wait 6, 12, 18 minutes to get to 1:00.
It's not the worst wait in the world, but
No,
we could be drafted.
it's true. We could probably come back here in about 18 minutes anyways.
True.
Parlor goes the right
Parlor's
way.
just 2 gems guaranteed.
That's true.
You know, if you're a puzzling god.
If I consider myself a gamer, and I do. I might go drawing room here though, because I currently have gems.
Right.
And that might give me, it'll help me guarantee that I'll be able to go straight ahead after going to the right.
Yeah.
Reach a deeper rank. Wow. This phone's still fucked up.
So many fucking clocks.
All of them are in sync, which is good. A tie. What does
would you
it
call that thing
mean?
next to the tie?
Like a cake stand.
Okay.
Maybe not
Yeah,
for
I
like
guess that
an
would be
entire
cake,
cake, but like for, many smaller cakes. That's what I would call it.
Sure, yeah.
And you can call me tomorrow.
Security!
Getting
Fuck.
another security room's pretty cool. Means I'll get to use a disc should I get
Hey,
another one.
You never saw this.
Yeah, I didn't look at this before. Blue memos are true. Red memos is lies. Perhaps unless written by hand. Staff notes. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Like the bathroom?
Not the lavatory.
Damn. Any questions or concerns
Never mind.
regarding this process should be directed, as always, to House Manager Mrs. Babbage. So Mrs. Babbage is the house manager. Terminal password. This can totally be figured out.
Screenshot, zoom, enhance.
Screenshot taken.
I need to put these peanuts away or else I'm going to be snacking all day.
No more peanuts.
Put your peanuts away! That's disgusting!
For some reason, when I Alt-Tab, it makes me go back like a menu stage, and then
Huh.
everything gets like fucky-wucky. And so now I've got a security
So-
card door.
You have 2 of them, actually. I don't know how the fuck you managed to roll this. This is like the unluckiest thing I've ever seen.
Well, I can just change this. Back to unlocked. And then I just need to go find a breaker
Now all you
box.
gotta do is... Yeah.
Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. So I'll need a key, and there are access levers. Keycard access to security doors are more likely to appear in higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north.
So if, as near as I can tell, this is actually true mechanically. So if you are concerned about keys, hanging out around the lower ranks to find keys is not a bad idea.
Right. Makes sense. The UI of this game is good, but like, I think I'm just having to get used to it.
Well, that first letter is definitely an S, but it looks a little too long to be Sinclair.
Right. How many letters do I think this is? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I do think Intelligent Fool says, "Yo, did I buy coffee just now? My favorite beverage." I think there is coffee on that table.
Maybe this is 7 letters? Hold on. It's like S blank A. Maybe that's an N? I have no idea if this right here is 1 letter or 2 letters. Maybe that's a Z right there. And then this looks like ING. Maybe it's like smashing or something.
Smashing.
Incorrect.
Try. Not right.
Hold on, let's look again.
You gotta get your eyeball right up to the screen. Put those peepers to work.
Maybe it's SH? It looks like 2 bars. So it looks like a letter that has 2 bars, like 2 vertical bars. Share. SHA. Share. Shot. And then this looks like maybe 2 letters to me. Maybe 3. I can't really tell what's going on in here. If this is ING right here, like part of me sees like maybe a Z right here, which I could only think would be like
Right.
amazing. But at the same time where it's like maybe this is like the little curve of like a serif Z. It could also be like the same thing at the top of the S, and it's like an S this way. But then I can't really tell like what this is supposed to be, if it's supposed to be anything. Maybe this could also be an O, now that I'm looking at it. Song? Swan song? That would seem to make sense thematically. Swang, I fucking typed it wrong.
Swang. Swang.
Password accepted.
Pog. He's gaming.
I can read. Okay. Staff
Wow,
services.
a lot of things to push now.
This is a lot to push. Punch in and out. The service has been temporarily disabled. As of November 4th, all work has been suspended at Mount Holly. I thought that was on November 6th.
I think they need to be vacated by 6.
Staff announcements.
We're slowly building a timeline.
This is on November 7th. Oh. I don't think anyone else has access to this network this month except you, Simon. So if you're reading this, just know we're all rooting for you. Your friends in faithful service.
Well, that's nice of them.
The service has been temporarily disabled as of November 4th, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. If you would like to get a specific brand of gum or your favorite fruit, the commissary is now taking special orders for all members of the staff. Special orders can take 1 to 3 days.
I think it's commissary, but yes.
You're... Come...
You know, I completely forgot about this feature. I think I used it once and then just forgot it for the rest of my playthrough.
This seems kind of crazy.
Yeah. Now that I see it, I'm like, damn, this would have been very helpful.
So I could order another sledgehammer, which I already know what it does.
Right.
The shovel. I did see that pile of dirt in the courtyard.
Right.
Running shoes probably sounds like a good thing. Make more efficient use of steps or something. These probably all do lots of stuff. Fuck, man, I don't know.
I will tell you that that the magnifying glass would have helped you find the swan song code.
Well, I didn't need it, clearly.
Right. There's another way to find the password, and I'll point it out when we get there.
Give me the sleeping mask. Sure. And so that means that it will show up in the commissary, and then I'll have to buy it there.
Yes.
And so it means within 1 or 2 days, I'll have to draft a commissary and get enough coins for whatever I
have
want.
enough money.
Interesting. Remote access terminal, or remote terminal access. It is possible to connect to other active terminals elsewhere on the estate using remote terminal access.
Now, if you had found the office, laboratory, or the shelter, you would be able to access their computers from this one.
Interesting. And presumably I wouldn't be able to access their computers there, perhaps? Or something?
They do have their own computers. The idea
I guess
is
it's
that
just like if I don't want to walk or something.
Yeah, it saves you steps.
Okay.
If you need to diddle with a computer for any reason.
The permissions of this terminal do not allow for access to the electronic mail account. Currently, this feature can only be accessed via the terminal located in the office. Okay. Data transfers from Synca are not currently available. Oh. The color of the floor plan will usually indicate the type of room. Violet for bedrooms, orange for hallways, green for green rooms. Okay. Yellow for shops, and red for red rooms. Okay.
Green rooms include, basically anything that you would think of like that. Like the courtyard is one. I think there is
vegetable
a greenhouse,
rooms.
Also a green room. Yeah. Red rooms are a bit of a mixed bag, but they're all usually not good.
I see. The chapel is red. Church is bad.
Correct.
One of the most common types of rooms. Bedrooms are typically used for resting and regaining steps and are identifiable by the violet borders. Call it a day. Even if those doorways are blocked. You may access the directory at any time from the system menu by pressing R. At any time. Hopefully even while drafting, maybe? I wasn't able to press escape to access the directory while drafting.
Right.
But maybe R works. The action of selecting a floodplain from the 3 options, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Draft pool. Draw. Three floor plans are drawn, but 1 is drafted. God damn.
Lot of things.
Very right edge.
Same thing with the West Wing, as you can imagine.
Certain rooms have an effect that is only triggered upon physically entering the room. Yeah. Estate also refers to the grounds. House does not include the grounds. Or it might. I don't know.
Hey,
The glossary of terms.
For the glossary of terms.
Wow. A list of words in architectural jargon that is intended to make simple the terms that you will encounter in the estate. These rooms are associated with outdoor areas and gardens and are naturally synergistic with one another.
Yeah. Usually they have effects like that'll make other green rooms do things.
Cool. The outdoor area of the estate immediately surrounding the house. The grounds may include areas of interest, including the campsite, apple orchard, and west path.
Intelligent Fool says, I'm going to sleep. Have a good night, bitches.
Good night, fool. Thanks for hanging out.
Have a sneak.
This glossary of terms needs more ambience.
True.
It's very silent. Okay, interesting. So I can view past layouts from different days.
Mm-hmm.
Items refers to both special items as well as resource items such as keys, gems, etc. So something that, like a room that's like contains 4 items doesn't mean that they'll all be interesting.
Right.
As per the rules laid forth in your great uncle's will, objects found on the estate must be left behind whenever you call it a day.
A hammer is a special item.
Right. As is like a key card and everything. And the wind-up key. Okay, I feel like most of this is pretty self-explanatory.
You played a video game or two before.
Tomorrow. Rooms that provide benefits in the future belong to a special category of floor plans called tomorrow rooms. Marked with a clock symbol. Okay.
Hooray.
What time is it?
11:30. Or in the game. We are approaching 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock doth approaches.
I mean, you are right next to the den. Surely you could draft like one more room, right?
Right. That's what I was thinking. Like a reading nook.
Not bad. Any moment now, Baron Sinclair is gonna emerge from the fire and be like, "That's correct, my not son. You're like my nephew or something."
Right. Now,
you've solved the mystery of Mount Holly.
And again, the reason why I was looking at this is because on the picture of the clock in there, the clock shows 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, if that's any time to think of being as a significant time, then it's probably that one. We've got like 1 more minute. So you're kind of in like a new place, right? You moved recently-ish.
I did move recently-ish.
Does it still feel like a new place? Or are you guys getting settled in?
Yeah, I think we are beginning to get settled. We just recently actually took another trip up to Wisconsin to grab more stuff from Merlin's mom's place.
Wisconsin.
Yep.
I also am still in a new place. And I'm feeling like I'm getting more settled in here too. It's 1 o'clock.
Any second now. It's 1 o'clock.
Actually, is that what it
Where's
showed,
my
or did it
reward?
show
Where's my free house?
1:30? I'm gonna go peek. Yeah, it's actually 1:30. Oh, and this is a bedroom, so I can check it for free.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so we actually need to wait like 3 more minutes. We're like 2 more minutes now at this point. If this is a thing. I'll be right back. I bet I can grab a snack in 2 minutes.
For sure.
Or you know what? What if I just run like a 1 minute? Oh, I can't tab out. I'll be back. I'm back.
Welcome back.
I got
Baron Sinclair is still inside the fireplace.
thank God. I got a Nutter Butter.
Oh.
Nom. What's gonna happen? Who knows?
Anything could happen. You could even reveal that there's a second estate that you need to explore.
The clock opens, and inside of it is a doorway to Blueprints 2.
Yeah.
This does feel like there's just like a 60% chance that this is just a waste of time. But I like those odds.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would be supposed to interact with here.
Right.
Maybe I also need the sledgehammer. You smash the clock at 1:30.
I know. Just smash that fucker open.
Well, I feel as though the time of opportunity has passed.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe I'll try another time. Oh yeah, the Nook. That still says the same thing. A utility closet. I needed to find that.
True.
The cabinet. No cabinet switch.
Cabinet is so funny. Like, I'm imagining just like a kitchen cabinet that needs its own fucking wires and shit.
Okay, so I can do it. Hall's kind of pog here.
Commissary turns the correct way, even if you
Yeah.
can't like buy anything here.
I do like that idea. I've got the gems. Diagablocks.
Oh, I think it's Dirge blocks.
Oh,
Like
like dirigible. Yeah.
No.
The commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16. Sorry for any inconvenience. Nuh-uh. With? Without. The haves and have-nots. Okay, so here's the same staff notice.
Right.
A magnifying
You
glass?
could buy a magnifying glass. Day 20 and 21, 50% off. I feel like I don't need a magnifying glass. But I don't know what I would need it for. Right.
How can I know what I don't know?
I mean, if you were to buy a magnifying glass, I guess you could find out.
But imagine the opportunity cost of not having 4 coins.
Right. I mean, it's a good idea. Keep a hand on something.
I'll
Find
think
a note
about
you
it.
want to look at closely.
Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5 steps. Bedrooms are usually dead ends.
Yeah.
I think I haven't been in a nursery yet. So it'd be interesting to
True.
see. And I've got the gems. Well, I mean, I only have 2 left now. I should probably go further in, though.
Yeah, that's basically what I was at. I was like, I'd be a little nervous about dead ends at this point.
Nothing burger room, still nothing burger. No, my keys.
Right. This thing is just draining you dry.
Damn.
That's a big passageway.
This feels like it's gaming. Alright. Anything that's unlocked? You're unlocked. R does not work. You cannot pull up the repository.
Real.
So I have to take one of these. The archives would be really bad. Probably. If I take the chapel, I could just not go in until I'm ready.
True.
So I think that will be my approach. Locked. And I have no keys. Here's the dark room. You cannot see the floor plans while drafting in this room.
Right.
So
And
presumably if I turned the dark room off, then I would?
maybe.
But that would make the dark room dark, wouldn't it? I don't understand.
I mean, you could always diddle with the switch and find out if you want to spend the steps on it.
I mean, there's probably interesting things in the dark room to see, like lore-wise and or maybe puzzle-wise. But yeah, I'll do it.
But, says Penn Center.
Hi, Pen.
Well, now it's off.
Well, now the dark room really is dark. Was that supposed to happen?
Yeah, so now if you were to try to draft from here, you would not be able to see anything. And if you were, for example, to go back to the utility closet, the switch would be flipped off now.
Because the breaker broke. The broker bricked.
The broker bigger.
I have 39 steps. How far is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to get back.
Right.
That's kind of a
Pretty
lot.
hefty.
Eight times 2 is indeed 16. Okay, in my head, when I was thinking about it, preparing to count it out, I was thinking maybe there could be like an off by 1 issue. But yeah, it's like, since you count the changes in thresholds, it's 8 to here, and then 8 back, yeah.
Right.
Look at this room. It's locked. Well, I don't really want to draft this room yet without being able to see it. So I guess I'm going to backtrack. You don't sell food here. No. Nope. That's what the kitchen's for.
Right.
I could step into here just to check these doors really quick to see if there's like a closet or something. Like this closet.
For example.
That is a gem and a die.
Conference room is interesting.
Whenever items would be spread throughout the house, they're placed in this room instead. That is interesting. A single ivory die. While drafting, you may use this to roll new floor plans. I see. I don't feel a strong need to go into this room right now. Yeah, I'll come back to it, maybe.
Flip that switch.
So, it's funny that I feel like my initial intuition to keep the dark room on was correct, but they just turned it off anyways.
Yeah. That one's a bit of an annoying one, because, like, yeah, even if you understand the room, and everything about it, you still have to find it first, trigger it, and then you wasted one whole step. Or two, I guess.
Yeah, I wasted 2 whole steps. That's a lot. Fuck.
Baron Sinclair jump scare.
There's a carving on the tree by the orchard. I don't remember this tree got cut down.
Yeah. It's not there anymore.
What did they do with it? Look at this guy.
He's holding something.
It's just the same
White man
picture.
jump scare.
Could I magnifying glass this text here?
I'm sure you could.
Well, then would I be able to read it? Or will it still just look blurry?
That's a good question, isn't it?
Well, I guess I'll have to get it.
Baron Sinclair with the world's first selfie, by the way.
Print notes. Herbert has requested yet another print of her ladyship, I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark to keep an eye on that. You can magnifying glass everything in this game. Whether or not it's useful is another story.
Right.
Makes sense.
Any little document or picture that you pull up to your face, you can diddle with the magnifying glass.
Ah.
Yeah, some of these developments just suck.
This one's pretty sick.
That made's an SCP, cannot be photographed.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Ate. You're in my way. Thank you. So, what I'm worried about now... Damn, these are all locked. Is if I go back to the commissary, buy the magnifying glass, come back, take a look-see look at whatever.
Right. That's basically your day.
Right. But, I mean, if I think about the conditions to be able to do this, I need to have the magnifying glass, and the dark room, and the ability to turn the dark room back on.
Back on.
Which seems like I should take advantage of this instance. My other thought is, and once I come back here, I will still have a few steps. Like, I'll have like 9 or 10 steps to use or something.
Right.
But then I'll only have 1 coin. But that will let me get through the chapel, potentially. So, what I'm saying is, there's a chance. Inspect documents of the estate more closely.
So, like, if you were to, well, you're out of the room now, but
Oh, look at the
if
swan
you were
song
to-
thing.
yeah, it would be more obvious.
Good to know. I guess I should have tried to make a point of using it right away. Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. So I'm guessing there's going to be a puzzle at some point where the room just has like a ton of memos in it.
Big ass head.
And you have to kind of keep track of like, alright, red ones are false unless they're handwritten. Blue ones are true,
Right.
etc. $11.28.
I wonder
So-
what that's for.
That might be the code for the orchard. Imagine if I could zoom in and see the code on the lock.
Yeah.
Do you remember having to use like one of these types of scales?
Yeah.
Man. Glad we don't have to do that anymore.
They made us do a lot of shit.
Just slide.
It's a, one benefit of living in the modern age, I guess.
I mean, I'm sure they must have had electronic scales, like when we were in class. They just wanted us to do it the old-fashioned way.
I mean, I don't know that it's so much like doing it the old-fashioned way, other than like our schools were probably just poor.
Maybe.
I feel like that's probably a larger component. Anything else I should look at? Per mole is a code.
True.
Poor or cheap?
Yeah, it could
Probably
go either
both.
way.
I'm gonna go with both.
Big Baron. There he is. He always looks so stern. He's like never smiling.
He's got to keep up appearances.
True. Still 11:28.
I
I
should.
mean, you could sprint out there right now and punch in the code if you wanted to.
I think I actually don't have enough steps.
You probably don't. There's always tomorrow. That's all the Cinco Botox. He can't move his face anymore. It's impossible.
Not locked.
Food. If you had any money, you could buy some food.
Well, a dead end would basically be death. Because I don't have any money.
But you're also almost out of steps.
Right. I could reroll.
Yeah. See if we get something else.
The-
Something fucked up.
Kitchen would be like a way forward as well.
No.
So I'll take the kitchen for now. I think, actually.
Secret passage could potentially be fun.
I mean, it would just take me back, right? Potentially.
Yeah. But also, like, I don't know. If you wanted to see more green rooms or something like that, you could choose to force a green room to appear.
Oh, is that
up to
what
you,
they
though.
do? I mean, Parlor would just get me gems.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
It
really...
does curve in a way that's usable, though.
I mean, I feel like I don't really need gems right now.
Right.
So, I mean, really, I can only choose to go into, like, one of these. I can either go into the kitchen to try and be a bit closer to the antechamber, which, I mean, is
Right.
potentially within my striking distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could do something else. I'll put the secret passage here. I will not be going
There's
into it, I
something that
think.
I'm thinking of. There's something that I'm thinking of that might have crossed your mind of like trying to find the dining room now that you've, I think, reached high enough in the manor to actually get a benefit from it.
Dining room would be where the kitchen is, I think. Or yeah.
I think, if I remember right, the dining room just activates when you step foot into rank 8, and so if you were to
Right.
find the dining room anywhere now, you would have food.
Well, I've still got the dice,
Right.
so I have a chance. As long as this door is not locked! Well. Anyways. The water's still
Always
off.
gotta fill out the sink.
Can I wash my hands?
We haven't found the fucking plumber's room.
So what happens? Does the church come and execute me?
It would be really funny if that Pope statue just fucking shot you in the forehead.
Okay, so I guess if you just have no money, you just...
Got nothing to lose.
Well, there you go.
10.
Whoa. Okay. Oh, I see. The key to the bedroom. Whoa.
Hmm. I mean, if if you wanted to find a bathroom, you could pull the red one. God, I need to shit.
Are you kidding?
What?
Well. I guess it's basically call it a daytime.
It's goodbye for Simon.
Time to die in the spare room. A mid-sized villa.
Your house is all squiggly.
You're squiggly. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
But
What time is
I
it?
think that might be. It is midnight.
What were you gonna
I was
say?
gonna say, I think that might be as much time as I have for blueprints for now. I got some homies asking me to play fucking Peak,
Okay.
and I have a need to climb.
Well, my plan is to probably do this again next Wednesday. I did just want
I
to
will be.
quickly check out the apple orchard, but that's probably good for
right.
me too.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'll stick around for you looking at the orchard.
Normally I would try to stream for like 4 or so hours, but I think I've decided with everything else that I've got going on nowadays that I'm just gonna have to be a 3-hour Andy.
Right.
It was what, 25, 28?
November something is all I remember.
28.
Boom, baby.
The apple orchard has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each new day with an extra 20 steps. Huge. This is only my 3rd run. This is day 3. What the fuck? What are you guys doing in this apple orchard? What are they doing in this apple orchard? Weed.
Weed, says Ultimate Eats. I think the note... Yeah, I think the note inside the little cabin there explains that
They're
heating up the apples.
Smoking trees. Gardener's logbook.
Smoking trees.
April 10th, 1992 to...
Who's to say? Could be to anything.
Sorry, Ate is freaking out. When I first came on the estate in the capacity as the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe would have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings on the estate, in as much as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with the conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. Conservation. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance drive, and east yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epson's death, and the ensuing closure of the west wing. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work. So, I still endeavor to brush the west path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable in the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. The terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall within this category. So when they say perimeter, they mean like you have to be on the edge.
Yes, you have to be on... You need to be on the left or the right side. All the way.
Ah, I see. Holy cow. One of the first tasks I undertook as a groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the west and east wings of the house. And while I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from this survey only ever appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. As suspected, the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in the greenhouse. So, I imagine it's like beneficial for the longevity of a run to get certain things like in rich soil spots. But maybe you can find something special if you get something in the barren ground area.
Right.
Is part of my thought. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room of the house had been equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gas line, including but not limited to the orchard's smudge pots. The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas lines should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Ordina, currently in the cloister, with a much more appropriate angel, Rinna. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenery at Mount Hawley be governed by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listen to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday. And she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth and am too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. My best rendition, pretty good considering I have only ever seen Rinna's depiction in the chapel. So I'm guessing the cloister is where we'll probably use the numbers from the base of the murals in the chapel, is my guess. How are you supposed to read a sundial? Is it like, is this noon? I don't know.
That's a good question.
How do you know where noon is? So, presumably you could find a gas valve somewhere and turn the burners off.
There is one here.
But why? Why would we turn it off?
Huh. I'm kind of surprised the game lets you walk back there. Maybe I shouldn't be.
Doesn't seem to be much reason to. Ah. Diddled. You must find the 4 gas valves and light the torches.
So I know what the note said about the smudge pots being essential to the orchard's functionality. But as far as I could tell in my playthrough, keeping the flame diverting gas power to the blue flame does not actually negatively impact the orchard in any.
You still get the 20 steps.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, maybe it's like a, I don't know, it does say the winter months. Maybe this isn't winter.
Right.
Or
I mean,
maybe
it
it's
should be like
some other like
it should
fucked
be like
up
November or
thing.
something, right?
That's true, it is November. Maybe it's some other fucked up thing though, where it's like if the gas here isn't on, then you get like fewer apples in the house.
Yeah, maybe. It is possible. I don't know everything about this game. No, it's July.
Christmas in July. Blue Flame, now you can enter the ice cavern. Let's go. Where's my bottle?
True.
Gonna RBA. Okay. I'm satisfied with that for now, I suppose.
There is no way to like quick save, so your two options are to call it a day and waste quote unquote this day, or just
Or
a
do
run
that,
real quick.
or just do this again at the beginning of next stream.
Yeah, or we could do that.
I think that's the option I'll take. 3 hours.
All right.
First 2 days of blueprints. I feel like I've hit the ground
2
running.
days done in 3 hours. Nope. I think so. It didn't take me super long to get the orchard, but day 2 is very quick.
My puzzle prowess precedes me. Okay, well, Blue, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening with your friends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed.
I should be here next time, so I'll see you in a week.
All right, we'll see you later.
Good luck, sleeping gamer. See you.
What's on Friday? Probably Monster Hunter, because the title update 2 just came out for Monster Hunter Wilds. And so we're probably going to do that. Oh, entering the campsite takes a step. As for what will be on Friday after we finish the content in the title update 2, who knows? It has been a while since we've done a community night, so there is certainly grounds to want that to happen. Well, thank you all for joining me. I'll see you all later. I'll see you all on Friday. That's it. How about Project Silverfish? It'll happen. It'll happen someday. Maybe it'll be like a Saturday stream or something even. But I just kind of, like, I frankly just can't, like, tell you when. Because I have to want to do something like that. Or, like, you probably won't enjoy, watching me do it. And I might not, like, enjoy doing it. I've just got to wait for the right moment to want to do something like that. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me, as always. You're all wonderful. Mwah, mwah, etc. Alright, I actually have surprise, exciting news. Something's fucked up. Okay, wait, now am I working? I was like, I couldn't select things in the taskbar and my computer was being funny. And so I was like, I'm not gonna be able to end stream. But it's better now. Okay, goodbye.